Hey Blaze, so let me run through this config for you as it stands as of today, Wednesday, April 26th. I did take a closer look at Harry Solo's demo of Orbital, and so I went back and sort of just reconstructed a brand new blade style on my own to try and match something close to what it looked like he was doing. But part of what I wanted to mention to you is that the blade style he's using is on CFX. It's not on Profi. So I had to recreate for Profi something similar to what he's doing. So in some ways, I think this blade style might be a little bit better. I have a little bit better of an ignition, I think, on this one. I think you'll like it. But I think the main blade I was able to nail down to something similar to what his main blade looks like. So I'm going to run it through the top. I'm going to run all the other ones you've seen. I'll just run them real quick so you can see the colors. The first one is Royalty, right? It's a deep blue. Now this one's General Princess. Now you had mentioned before that you didn't like the way this one sounded on Kyberphonic's demo, or excuse me, on KSith's demo. It's a KSith font, but that you liked the way it sounded when I demoed it. So I'm leaving it on the config for now. I'm assuming that you still do want it. So here it is. This is a slightly lighter blue, a little bit more of a pulse and a little more flicker.
Are you a Jedi?
This is The Rescue.
I am.
Luke Skywalker from Mando Season 2 finale. One of my favorites.
Master Skywalker.
And then this one is Grumpy Uncle from Kyberphonic, the Rise of Skywalker version. So this is the flashback. It's the heavy flicker.
Master Skywalker.
And then this is the second Grumpy Uncle from The Last Jedi. Same color, but notice the flicker is a little bit more relaxed.
Rey Skywalker.
And this is Rey from Wansith. It's a yellow gold blade. This is what's called a brown noise flicker. You'll notice that now what this does, you see that it's that flickering in the middle of the blade. Now, it may be hard to capture on camera, but what's actually happening is with brown noise flickering on Profi, you have chunks of the LED sections of the LEDs on the blade flickering independently of each other. So audio flicker is when the blade flickers in syncopation with the sound font sounds. A random per LED flicker is when you set all of the different LEDs on the blade to flicker independently of each other, like one at a time. And so you get this really, really highly textured flicker. And a brown noise flicker is when you have groups of the LEDs flickering in sort of a more independent order, right? So it's not one pixel at a time, like random per LED, but it's groups of them. So you still notice you get a little bit of that. It's a fairly heavy flicker. And when you see the blade style up close, you know, into your eye, the camera washes a little bit of it out. But when you see it, you'll see the blade doing its flicker up close. All right, so that's Ray from KSith.
You're hard to get rid of.
And this is Dyad Ray. And again, as I mentioned before, if you purchase this sound font, you actually get, it's a bundle. You get the Dyad Ray and the Dyad Kylo. So you actually get two fonts for one, for the price of one. I'm only putting the Dyad Ray version on here. And this is the ReFlex Blue, but it's got an unstable, hypersensitive swing. And then the blade at rest is an audio flicker.
I'm all the Jedi.
And this is the Rise of Skywalker ReFlex. This is another Ray font. And this is the Rise of Skywalker Blue, the ReFlex Blue, from her fight on Exegol.
I see through the cracks in your mask.
Now this is another one I added because there was a little bit more room on the config, so I added another Ray font.
Ray Skywalker.
Now this is called ReFlex, and this is from KSith. And this is another Rise of Skywalker sound font. Now this is the same ReFlex Blue, but the blade design is a little different. This is another, this is a flicker blade. Especially like the lightning block sound on this one. It's really good. It's a really nice sounding font. KSith makes great fonts.
Ahsoka Tano!
And this is the Ahsoka Tano one. This is the Jedi from Season 2, Episode 5 from KSith. This is your silver blade.
Tell me what I want to know.
Beskar Prion.
Sense much fear in you.
Okay.
The NASA team is ready for launch.
All right, now we come to Orbital. So this is the most recent one. I finished this one up yesterday. After the last demo I showed you, I went back to the drawing board, saw Harry Solo's demos a few more times, and came up with this to copy.
3, 2, 1.
Launch sequence. Now you got your bright white, and I'll show you that again. Now you got your bright white. So what it's going to do is it does a little bit of a flame preon, and then on the ignition, it bursts white and comes out.
3, 2, 1.
Like that. Okay? And then you've got your flame blade here. But it's non-responsive, so it stays on the entire blade. So blast. Lock up.
Roger, shut down, and we copy 101.4 by 103.6.
Your lightning block.
Roger, shut down, and we copy 101.4 by 103.6.
And then here's your melt. All right, now here's your retraction. And I took some time to make sure and time the retraction with the in file on the sound font so that it's syncopated correctly.
Watch this.
Watch what?
And then this piece of junk, which I put back on. You said you liked it. I apologize. I thought you said you didn't want it, but you do want it, so I'll leave it on here. And I fixed up the coloring a little bit more. Now it has similar coloring to the Orbital, but it's a much different blade. In fact, what you'll find is in the middle of the blade is a separator, and essentially what's going on is the blade is moving this way on the bottom half, and it's moving this way on the top half. There's your retraction. Okay, so that's what's currently on your config right now as of Wednesday, April 26th. So let's just start from scratch from here, this being what's on it now. So if I think I have room to add like one more if you want one more. And then if you want me to replace anything, if you want me to take like one of these out and sub in something else, I'm happy to do that. But yeah, so that's the Wednesday, April 26th update. All right, Blaze. Talk to you soon.